Hotel, Medan, to the second day of INNODEL 2024. We kindly inform you that we will begin the agenda very shortly. Therefore, we kindly invite all of the participants, all of the delegates, all of the speakers to sit in the respective seats. We kindly invite you to fill in the front row seat first to get the best experience of the agenda. We also kindly notify you to always take care of your belonging, to take care of the health and safety in all this room, and also
Horas INNODEL 2024!
Yeah, good morning everyone and welcome back to the second day of the 4th International Conference on Innovation in Open and Distance Learning INNODEL 2024. We're here once again in Convention Hall 2 of Santika Premier Diandra Hotel Medan, continuing with our theme, Emerging Technology for Open and Distance Education, Opportunity, Agility, and Adaptability. Yesterday, we had an incredible day filled with engaging workshops and thought-provoking parallel stations, and today promises even more. We're excited to dive back in, share new insights, and explore the future of open and distance learning together.
Exactly, Mbak Fira. I believe we had the most incredible day yesterday, from a very thought-provoking planner session down to a workshop, a parallel sessions, which is incredibly insightful, but also to seal off the night perfectly, we had an incredible gala dinner, don't you think, last night?
Yeah, last night we had a really great experience. The ambience of gala dinner is really great and so ethnical, I thought.
It is the best kind of night where you dance to Horas, Horas! Oh, I just found out about Anak Medan. So much fun last night.
So the song of Anak Medan is really historical song for Medan, yeah.
Exactly, and not to mention all of the traditional dance that being performed right there.
Yeah.
Truly give us the energy, the experience of a true Medan.
Okay, Kabijak, let's make this second day as inspiring and energizing as the first day of INNODEL 2024.
Exactly, Mbak Fira. Dear ladies and gentlemen, as dictated by our team this year for INNODEL 2024, we always heavily focusing on the development of the open and distance learning here, particularly in Indonesia. And today, we are truly privileged to highlight a single organization at the forefront of advancing open and distance learning here in Indonesia. ABJI, or the Indonesian Association of Distance Education Professionals, play a vital role in connecting educators, policymakers, and also institutions committed to expanding educational access across our nations. And today, we're delighted to have directly the chair of ABJI. We will invite a familiar man, I would say, a handsome familiar man from yesterday, but now wearing a different hat. Please join me in welcoming the chair of ABJI, Mr. Rahmat Budiman, SS, MHum, PhD.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Horas. Terima kasih. Please allow me to speak in Bahasa Indonesia or Indonesian language. I'm going to inform our delegates here about our association. Yesterday I was the vice director and today I'm the chairman of ABJI. Jadi Bapak Ibu sekalian, saya berdiri di sini sebagai ketua Asosiasi Praktisi Pendidikan Jarak Jauh Indonesia. Ada pepatah mengatakan bersatu kita teguh, bercerai kita runtuh. Supaya kita teguh bisa menegakkan panji-panji pendidikan jarak jauh yang seringkali disalahpahami oleh berbagai pihak, maka hadirlah asosiasi praktisi pendidikan jarak jauh supaya kita bisa sharing ideas, kemudian kita bisa sharing best practices, kemudian influencing other people, ya, mempengaruhi orang banyak supaya distance education, pendidikan jarak jauh itu bisa diterima dan dipandang setara dengan pendidikan konvensional lainnya. Jadi hari ini seperti pelaksanaan INNODEL sebelumnya, terima kasih kepada Universitas Terbuka yang sudah menggandeng, ya, we work hand in hand between Universitas Terbuka and INNODEL menyelenggarakan dan Universitas Terbuka dan ABJI menyelenggarakan INNODEL. Hari ini di depan, apabila Bapak Ibu sekalian tadi lewat, masuk ke ruangan ini ada flyer, ada standing banner, kemudian ada juga staff tentang Asosiasi Praktisi Pendidikan Jarak Jauh Indonesia. Dan dalam kesempatan ini saya mengundang Bapak Ibu sekalian untuk mendaftarkan diri, ya, mendaftarkan diri. Untuk hari ini, ya, untuk hari ini ada special discount. Nah, kalau 1 tahun biayanya 100.000. 100.000, kalau bayar 3 tahun sekaligus itu hanya 250.000. Ya, 250.000 nanti dapat merchandise gitu ya, dapat merchandise. Jadi saya dalam kesempatan ini mengajak Bapak Ibu sekalian, ya, semua termasuk mahasiswa kalau mau jadi anggota ABJI silakan. Ya, ditunggu kehadirannya di booth kami. Kalau saya melihat dari row ini ya, dari round table sini sampai ke belakang, yang jadi anggota ABJI baru berapa orang ini? Baru 1. Angkat tangannya ABJI 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Dari sini yang sudah jadi anggota ABJI 1, 2. Temannya harus jadi anggota ABJI berarti. Yang ini 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yang dari row sini 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Yang ini 5 orang. Ini masih banyak. Kalau dihitung barangkali hanya 30%. Khusus untuk staf UT, dosen-dosen UT, semoga hari ini saya bisa melihat daftarnya. Ya, namanya tercantum, kalau namanya tidak tercantum, saya sebagai WR4 akan kirim pesan. Saya akan kirim pesan kepada Bapak Ibu sekalian supaya menjadi anggota ABJI. Ya, just kidding. Jangan dianggap bercanda, jangan dianggap bercanda ya. Tolong digaris bawahi, tolong dia. Nanti saya kasih WA, Japri masing-masing, tapi tolong jangan dianggap bercanda. Silakan daftar di depan, ada Mbak Heni di depan di sana, pembayaran bisa transfer melalui berbagai channel bank. Nanti Bapak Ibu sekalian akan mendapatkan kartu fisik Ya, physical card nanti bisa dipakai untuk e-money, untuk belanja. Ya, saya kira demikian dari saya. Harapannya sebelum acara ini berakhir, semua hadirin yang hadir di ruangan ini dapat menjadi anggota ABJI. Demikian sebagai penutup, izinkan kami memutarkan video company profile dari Asosiasi Praktisi Pendidikan Jarak Jauh Indonesia. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mr. Rahmat, for the attitude speech that you had delivered to us all here. And to all participants here, we had to inform you that we have ABJI stand at the foyer area of this convention. So you can register yourself and you will get an incredible merchant from that stand.
And also an incredible discount.
Yeah.
As presented by Pak Rahmat. Incredible booth that you must visit then. And not to mention, apart from ABJI booth, we have a lot of local shops that we can visit there. You have beautiful clothes, amazing foods that you surely won't miss out. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the next agenda, ABJI once again is an association. It's not only a community, but also a driving force behind the innovative practice of the research and collaboration in distance and open learning. So to know more about ABJI, its visions, its mission, and also all of its practice, let us watch a company profile of ABJI.
Selamat datang di profil organisasi kami, Asosiasi Profesi Pendidikan Jarak Jauh. Kami adalah garda depan dalam mendukung dan memajukan pendidikan jarak jauh di Indonesia. Asosiasi Profesi Pendidikan Jarak Jauh didirikan pada tahun 2004. Kami memiliki misi untuk memperkuat kualitas pendidikan jarak jauh melalui kolaborasi, penelitian, dan juga pengembangan. Kami mempunyai visi dan misi. Visi kami adalah menjadi pelopor pendidikan jarak jauh yang berkualitas dan terjangkau bagi semua lapisan masyarakat. Dan misi kami meliputi peningkatan kualitas tenaga pengajar, penyediaan sumber daya pendidikan yang inovatif, dan mendukung kebijakan pendidikan jarak jauh. Kami mengadakan berbagai program dan kegiatan yang bertujuan untuk mendukung anggota dan masyarakat umum. Beberapa program unggulan kami antara lain pelatihan pengajaran jarak jauh, seminar akademik, dan publikasi penelitian. Melihat ke depan, kita tahu bahwa pendidikan jarak jauh akan semakin berkembang seiring dengan kemajuan teknologi. Teknologi seperti kecerdasan buatan atau AI, kelas virtual, dan platform e-learning semakin memperkaya pengalaman belajar. Asosiasi Profesi Pendidikan Jarak Jauh berkomitmen untuk terus mengikuti perkembangan ini. Oleh karena itu, keanggotaan kami terbuka untuk semua profesional di bidang pendidikan jarak jauh. Bergabunglah dengan kami untuk mendapatkan manfaat seperti akses ke jaringan profesional, kesempatan pengembangan karir, dan masih banyak lagi. Terima kasih telah menyaksikan profil kami. Kami berharap dapat bekerja sama dengan Anda untuk memajukan pendidikan jarak jauh di Indonesia. Dan untuk informasi lebih lanjut, kunjungi situs web kami.
Round of applause for ABJI, dear ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I think I'm gonna be a bit lonely upsides now because I'm just alone. But just before we move on to the next agenda, I kindly want to invite all of the participants. I can still see a few empty chairs right here, empty table. We kindly invite all of the beautiful members there to fill in the front row seat first. Prof. Gorky, Pak Teguh, masih ada kursi di depan. Kami invite Bapak untuk maju ke meja yang depan. rekan-rekan mahasiswa, I can still see an empty table over there. Can you please move down to the front because we want you to get the best experience of the agenda. Thank you so much, Professor Gorky. And moving on to our next agenda, dear ladies and gentlemen, I really want to make sure that you're here with us, not only physically, but also mentally, and your spirit is all here. Everyone had their breakfast? Yes? Okay, I want to test you if you really had your breakfast and your coffee. So, this morning we have a new tagline. As innovation is very shift, very fast, we have a new tagline. Now if I say INNODEL 2024, I want you to say, Horas! 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 You get it? Right? I want you to have the true Batakni spirit of the Medan. Ready? INNODEL 2024! All right, I'm gonna try one more time, now with the loudest voice that you can, okay? Videographer, ready? Everyone ready? INNODEL 2024! All right, round of applause for all of us today. One more time. Okay, this is a personal request from Professor Gorky. I'm afraid he will be angry at me if I don't oblige to that, so we will try one more time. INNODEL 2024! Okay, one more time? Oh no, it's enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the next agenda. As we might know from the rundown, we will go into our second plenary session. Plenary session is always the long-awaited session of a conference because we will hear first-handedly an incredible table of experts that will share us the newest development, the newest insight, the newest experience, especially now in INNODEL about open and distance learning. Right here, right now, on the second plenary session of INNODEL 2024. As usual, it will be led by moderators. And please kindly allow me to explain a bit about our moderators. This next amazing moderator is a prominent figure, a rising figure of Universitas Terbuka. Her formal title is a partnership data administrator, but as I know her personally, he is truly an end-to-end organizer, an incredible MC, an amazing mom, but also a good friend. Ladies and gentlemen, please kindly allow me to invite Safira Alicia Akista, ESCOM, to the table.
So good morning, everyone. Once again, I would like to test the spirit of today's agenda. Good morning, everyone. Okay, once again, INNODEL 2024. Let's give a round of applause to us all here. So if you mind, I would like to sit first. Okay, good. So ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure for me to be the moderator of the second plenary session. And honestly, I'm trembling right now because this is the first time I'm being a moderator. And in this second plenary session, we will have a great, amazing two speakers. Those are Dr. Arvin Roxas de la Cruz, PCPE from Polytechnic University in Philippines, and also Professor Daryono, SHMA PhD from Universitas Terbuka Indonesia. So therefore, I would like to invite Dr. De La Cruz and also Professor Daryono to come to stage. So before we move to the plenary session, so how's Medan for Dr. De La Cruz and also Professor Daryono?
Just fine. I have a nice sleep at my room provided by the organizer. So I would like to thank the organizer for inviting me and handling all the assistance that I needed for my trip here and my presentation. Thank you.
What about you, Professor Daryono?
Okay, thank you. Medan is the lovely city. I think it's great. Dancing and singing is one of the spirit of learning. I think, yeah.
Well, the ambience of Sorry, Michael here is really great, yeah? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, next, before we begin our second plenary session, I would like to inform that each speakers have 20 minutes for presentation, and after that, we will have a Q&A session. And for the first speaker, we will have Dr. Arvin Bruxas de la Cruz from Polytechnic of the University in Philippines. And before that, if you mind, I would like to read the summary of your resume. So Dr. De La Cruz currently working as a Chief Research and Extension Graduate School in PUP Manila, active as international reviewer and also editorial board in several international journals. And he had been awarded as 2022 Most Outstanding Professional of Mechatronics and Robotics Society of Philippines, called in short MRSP, National Incorporated. And ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, Dr. Arvin Bruxas de la Cruz, the podium is yours now.
Okay. Salamat Pagi. Good morning to everyone. So I'll be presenting to you the topic I usually discuss in my in different conferences that I am invited to. It's all about AI in actions, a powerful tools for educators. Just to give you a hint, the Doc Air below is my popular name in the Philippines. So I'm not being called by Professor Arvin, Doc Arvin. I'm called Doc A in the Philippines. I'm used to it. So, but you could still call me Arvin. Okay, so next slide, please. These are the topic that we will be giving you an overview of this one. And hopefully, if the time would be extended, I'll be playing some of the video tools that we do, that my student created as part of their learning in machine learning, data science, and we have going to robotics and artificial intelligence. Next slide, please. So what is all about the AI in education? Basically, when we try to talk about AI in education, we're talking about these are innovations that we usually, these are technology enhancement that we are doing. These are, from the example a while ago, there are virtual, in the video that was presented is showcase a productions of doing your instructional materials that we try to innovate things over, because we have now voice conversion, we have text-to-speech converter that you could use for you to be able to implement a good instructional media and no longer instructional material. Next slide, please. When we talk about AI-powered personalized learning, we're talking about the different approaches that we do in online education. Especially, we have to look on, as a teacher, as a faculty members, we need to look for the strategies, the opportunity that we could do for us to be able to ensure the student get a good performance outcome. So it's very important that as we, the engineering and technology, create a platform for you, you have to establish and adapt. Has the INNODEL areas talking about opportunities, adaptability, the flexibility of it. So we have to focus on how do we deliver the technology and our instructional materials to the student to produce the correct or the intention, our intention to have a good performance of a student in terms of the outcomes. Next slide, please. Just to give you a brief of the difference between the traditional learning, what we do before the pandemic and what we do in e-learning or open distance educations, we usually do this time. When traditional, automatically instructors do everything and then try to have a series of sessions with the student. Now, if the student is absent for that specific session, automatically there would be a problem to really cope up with the lectures. While in the adaptive learning, that is what we do best. We have the open and distance educations. We usually try to look into the different topic and how would it be delivered. And then the AI or the artificial intelligence would deliver and create this delivery mode to the student, and it would be existing as long the student wanted to visit any model, any sessions, whether it's the first session that you have or the last session that you have. And then we have the next slide, please. We have the AI-powered personalized learning. When we do measurement of the personalized learning, we're measuring the student performance or the student path. We try to measure that. So when we do the open and distance educations, or when we try to apply artificial intelligence, we are focusing on the personalizations of the student. So they might be looking into the pacing of learning, because student would be wanted to learn module 6 rather than module 1, and then going back to module 1. So it's a self-paced initiatives that open and distance learning should be looking into. Because there are fast learner, there are also learner who are slow, so at least you could really look into it in terms of the personalized learning that later on we'll be having the dashboard sample. And then we have the next we have the next slide, please. We have the intelligent tutoring system. Nowadays, we have AI applications in the tutoring. If you would observe in my slide, by the way, there are samples of AI applications that is existing. And I think the organizer would be providing you a copy of my presentations so that you could look into this kind of application like the Benevolent AI, which is a tutoring platform for instructional base on student progress. So you could monitor the progress of the student in terms of reading materials, watching video, taking exam, and then we have submission of research activity. Next slide, please. This is what we wanted, and this what should be, this dashboard is an example, an example of a dashboard that really determine the progress of the student. So you see everything about the student, the performance. This is where teachers or course specialists would look into, because the artificial intelligence would just showcase you the data. But you should have a personalized analysis on how would you help the student. If the student is lacking behind on advanced artificial intelligence course, automatically you have to give ample of time to the student. You have to mentor him. You have to guide the student for him to cope up. So this would ensure a 100% that all online students would finish the degree on time for you to be able to assist them. So you need this dashboard. Some of the example, we have the structure canvas. If your LMS is a structure canvas, automatically you have this one. And then we have the Amplified Central, the Zoology has it also, but in different approaches. But in our university, we are creating or adapting our own style and strategies. We need to focus on what specific matters in our dashboard. This is also the summary dashboard analytics is also used by the Board of Regent, the administration of the university, to look into how would they help the student, how would they assist the faculty members to really perform. Maybe one of the problems of the faculty is need more training on using technology. So they have to have budget for allocations for this one. So that's why AI is helping not only the student, the faculty, but also the administration on deciding on matters in terms of infrastructure and trainings and workshop. Next slide, please. We have the, I think everybody knows about the virtual reality and augmented reality. So this is one example. You could use, for example, the history, if you have history subject, so you could look into this one. Like for example, here in Medan, I see a lot of a spot in terms of mosque. Automatically, you could have a AR/VR approach of this one rather than student visiting on the actual scenes, because there might be problem in traveling this tourist spot if it's too far from the university. So an example of this one is we have Lobster, the BI simulation of science experiment. So especially in science, in chemistry, and in physics, in chemistry, there are it's very dangerous to be managed by students, especially in the preparatory or in the elementary status. So you have to consider doing an AR/VR rather than doing the actual experiment. So you do the actual experiment on an actual, but they could do experimentation by their own via AR/VR. Next slide, please. The natural language processing education, when we do this one, popularly we have Grammarly. Grammarly assisted in terms of creating our language, in terms of usually we try to use Grammarly for correction of our paper, our research paper. And then we have also different kind of platform. We have also Killbot for rephrasing, for us to avoid plagiarism or the looking into the document itself, the correctness of our statement in our research paper. Next slide, please. Now, this is one of my favorite, the AI content creations and curator. This is usually being part of the e-learning e-library. So we have the digital library that you have. So if you have your module, your instructional modules, all you have to do is to load that in the website, and then it would create the web page of your curator or your content. And then in that system, you could generate your own exam. So the teacher would no longer think what question to be offered. All you have to do is to identify what question you want. You want true or false, multiple choice, multiple response, essay type, and then the AI would generate the questions online. And you could adapt it easily on your learning management system because it's a web page approach. So you could identify the link, and then the link would be provided. There are different type of AI creation and curator nowadays. So all you have to do is to search those one. Like Rhizo, you could upload your content, and then you could create exam, you could create activity, you could create forum for instantly when you try to use this kind of content creator and curator. Now, in checking the exam, automatically it identifies you the item analysis when you're using it in LMS. So I don't know what LMS you're using, but most of the LMS or the learning management system nowadays have item analysis in terms of the exam, except essay. So in essay, you need to have you need to identify focal points or keywords for you to be able to really check the essay. But in terms of essay, we are not yet on the pace of AI checking the essay. Maybe checking it Grammarly or plagiarism checker in terms of the similarity, but not really the content, the intentions of the question. Next slide, please. We have to also consider why we are using the artificial intelligence nowadays. We have to consider ethical. So the ethical consideration is we have to consider how this approach looks into the character of the student, the character of the faculty members, also the way they deliver it in terms of the AI ethics policy, in terms of the United Nations ethics policy. So you have to consider those things if you are violating. So you have to consider, especially the plagiarism, the integrity that we are looking into the performance of the student. Next slide, please. We have the case study and success story. So basically, some of the details that that had been presented are part of for you to be able to capture case study. When we do the case study in the university, we try to openly allow students to use generative AI because it cannot be prohibited. It is accessible. Even if you block it in the university, in other internet connection they have, they would still access this generative AI. What you can do if you generate something out of it, you just to ask question orally to the student. And then it would give up something that would be based on their knowledge. As you try to validate whether their submitted research paper is they understand and they really done something about the paper itself, even though the paper was generated in a generative AI. So we have AI tutor in the university. For example, we called it course specialist and course tutor. The course specialist is the teacher itself. In the traditional, we call it faculty, teachers, instructor. But we have also tutor in Open University, in our university. So we are now dealing with how to implement AI tutor for it to lessen the work of the faculty members so that the faculty members could focus on the creation content. And then we have also research, doing the research in terms of the innovation. So there are examples here of the tools. So we have the AI tutor, and then we have the automated gradle system as part of the dashboard a while ago in the data analytics of the system. Automatically, you could analyze the grading systems of on how would you help the performance of the student. Then next slide please. This is the future trends of AI. So we'll be using the Society 5.0 under the SGD. So we have the development goals is focused on these three. So in our university, we are planning to innovate the open university system to a cyber edoc space wherein everybody is online. You could see each other in a class, but you are all online. So visually, so this is the imagination. For now, we are using this approach. So we have the virtual reality classroom. So everybody wears a VR and then the teacher discuss. But technically, if you have your own personal VR at home, you could attend class without being physically on school. So that is the future of the open and distance e-learning. And then we have the other image, if you could look into, these are anatomy class, that they are looking into the augmented reality approach of discussions. So by using a mobile phone or a tablet, you could see the augmented reality. So no need for the VR gadget, but all you have to need is to have your smartphone. Smartphone nowadays are very in the low cost. There are different phones nowadays. You need not to buy iPhones or high-end Samsung. As long that it's a smartphone, and then it would just be programmed. So we're using this one. We're developing a structure on how to use this one as an alternative of the virtual reality classroom because VR is still expensive. So that's one thing we are considering. So we wanted to look into the future of the open and distance e-learning to this approach of the augmented reality. These are examples of how do we try to implement these things. You could do the adaptive learning platform powered by AI. You could use AI power assessment and feedback mechanism. And then we have the immersive learning with AR and VR, this is the example of this one, the AR and VR. We have the VR here and the AR on terms of the augmented reality. You're not looking augmented reality in VR, but you are looking augmented reality in a mobile or tablet approach. Next slide, please. So just to give you an insight, these are some of the commonly used nowadays, especially the ChatGPT, that you could create letters. Nowadays, if I'm on the rush of creating letter, I just ask ChatGPT, can you create me a letter of this, 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 this? What you need to know is the right prompting. Delivering the right prompt, the right question to the GPT would release the correct answer or the correct response. If you have an incorrect prompt, it would just respond whatever the understanding of the artificial intelligence in terms of the ChatGPT. And then we have Coursera, you know, and then we have Killbot. Nowadays, is implementing AI and detections. I don't know if you have Killbot account, but Killbot is now identifying an AI percentage of humanoid response, and then we have the AI response. And then we have the Canva, Turnitin is now incorporated with AI for the similarity checking of the plagiarism. And then we have Gemini under the Google Workspace. And then we have Grammarly. Okay, just to give you an insight, we are, in the university, we will be implementing the lockdown browser. If you're not aware of, just search it, lockdown browser, and then it locks everything. If you will be allowing your student to take exam online at home, automatically when you incorporated the lockdown browser, the quiz will open in a lockdown browser approach, and if in case that they would be cheating, they would be switching to one application to another, the lockdown browser or the exam would close automatically. Because in the Moodle, they have safe browser, but it's not that effective because you can switch one application. But when you incorporated lockdown browser to your Moodle, automatically it managed the lockdowns or the security of your exam. So even in the graduate school, we use it for the comprehensive exam because our online student in the graduate school really use these things. And then we have, next slide is just an example. Maybe you could skip the next slide. Next slide. Next slide. No, next slide. You could play this one. So this is a sample video of my student, of the student in terms of the requirement in my class in machine learning as part of the artificial intelligence and robotics engineering. Can you play this one?
Alter Ego, where sustainability meets convenience. Discovering eco-friendly
So if you would
alternatives
observe,
has
they
never been
created
simpler.
a mobile
With
application
just a
that
tap,
really
dive deeper into
identify
product details
and
and
detect.
make
So when
informed
you're
decisions.
shopping in a certain mall,
Purchase
all you have
directly
to
from
do is
trusted
to
partners and
capture
contribute to a greener future.
the item,
Keep
and then it
scanning.
would
Keep
really
saving the
discuss
planet.
everything about the
Alter Ego,
item.
your
So
sustainable shopping companion.
rather than you going to the mall, you could check it out when you have it already. So you just stay put in a certain mall and try to capture everything you wanted, and then it would be packaged after your payments. So these are the intention. Next slide, please. Next slide. Can you play it on? Next, you have to click. Next. Next. If it's not having, it's next. Okay, you could play it, this one. This is a video presentations of the traffic jam in the Philippines. And we use artificial intelligence for the voiceover. I don't know, they don't have sounds, but these are being discussed by an AI converter of the text-to-speech. There's no sounds. Okay. Maybe next slide. No, that's the same thing. Next slide. So usually the project is all about how do they capture machine learning, like image processing, document processing, the traffic jam in the Philippines, so they would detect in the Google Map the alternative areas. And this is our university, and this is a project of the engineering boards. So I think there's no sounds in the...
Our events and announcements feature ensures you never miss an important date.
Okay,
Browse the latest
automatically
events
the
from
voiceover
seminars and
is an
exciting
artificial
stuff our
intelligence
department
that
has
we
in
use
store.
because
Whether you're
the
a
students
faculty
are
member
afraid
or
to
a
hear their
student,
voice
staying
in terms of
informed
the
has
wrong
never been
grammar of
easier.
the pronunciation of
Stay ahead with
the
our
things.
daily tech
So
news feature.
we usually do this
Get the
one.
latest updates on
And then we try to
innovations,
teach them how
breakthroughs,
to
and
pitch
industry
the
trends
way we
delivered
are
right to your
doing.
fingertips.
But this is an example of what you
Perfect for
call
keeping up with the
instructional
fast-paced
media.
world of
So
engineering
if
and
you're a
technology.
teacher, you're a professor,
Plan your
you could
academic journey
convert
with
your
our
instructional
intuitive
material to
curriculum map.
instructional media.
Easily
There are
navigate
different
through
AI
course
platform
prerequisites,
online
track your
that you could
progress, and ensure
convert
you're on the
it,
right
or
path
you
to
could really
graduation.
ask ChatGPT
Connect with your
on how
professors
would
like
you
never
try to do
before.
it in terms of the
Our faculty
innovating your
profile and
instructional
locator
material.
feature lets
You
you
could have
easily
your
find where your
iStudio.
professors are currently
iStudio
located and
is
how to contact them.
more on a physical
Building
studio that you
connections
could
and
do
seeking
your
guidance has
podcast,
never been
or you
simpler.
could use
Our
your
mobile
phone to
application
create your own
includes a
video. In the
dedicated
pandemic,
feature
we
for
have
displaying the history of
discovered
the
a lot of
university,
faculty
which
members
encompasses the university's
having
vision,
different
mission,
strategy in
and
the
the 10
developments.
foundational pillars.
So
This
maybe we
feature
could
is
skip
designed
this
to
one.
provide students, faculty.
And the next slide. Next slide, please. Now, unfortunately, don't have time to demonstrate the Microsoft Office because I don't have my laptop with me. There is an add-on in Microsoft that you could use. It's a voiceover. It's a text-to-speech. So whatever language, whether Indonesian, Philippines, English, Turkish, Korean, you spoke on the microphone, automatically it's converted to text-to-speech. Because there are faculty members in our university that is not used in creating instructional modules or instructional materials. So what we did is to help them, you just discuss and we'll capture everything you say and then we'll plot it accordingly. So we are assisting the faculty in creating their instructional material, their instructional media. Next slide, please. This is one of my example, which is the president of our university will be discussing two paragraph in implementing AI videos of your pace in discussing your subject matter. Can you go to the next slide and play it? Just click next.
Designed
There's
to
no
carry a
sound.
large amount of traffic, and the number of traffic loads that can be taken depends on the magnitude of the stress in the pavement. When high stresses occur, the allowable number will be low, while this number will be high if the stress level due to the traffic is low. This phenomenon is known as fatigue.
Okay, so that's an example. For you to create your own sample, you could download, maybe in your mobile if you don't have your laptop, you could download D-ID. D-ID, look for that, and then you could try to upload the script. This is the script of your content of your slides, and then upload it. Upload your picture also. Choose your best picture. And then when you try to create, there is a pre-sample for that. It converts your script and your pace discussing it online. This is one of example of artificial intelligence that we do in the presentation slides nowadays in our university. Next, I think this is so if you have question, clarification, you could ask me. This is my Facebook account, CodeTel RVN, and email account. Thank you.
Well, let's give a round of applause to Dr. Arvin Roxas de la Cruz. You may have your seat again for insightful knowledge that we have here. And next, we will have the second speaker, that is Professor Daryono, SHMA PhD. Well, same as before, I would like to tell or read the summary of Professor Daryono's resume. So Professor Daryono finished his PhD in law from the Australian National University in 2007, and also he has been awarded as a professor in 2014, and also he was a member of International Collaborative Research on Open Education Resources, called in short OER, and he is currently a member of Open Education Consortium, called in short OEC, and Steering Committee of Asian Open University Associations, or called in short AAOU MOOCs. So, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Daryono, the stage is yours now.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mbak Safira, for the introductions. I think the first, probably, you questioning about why the law speaking about the technology. Is it? Okay, yeah, right. I think I'm referring to the first, this first scholars. Probably you all remember about Einstein. Is it Einstein? The greatest scholar. He mentioned about the law of everything. So everything is about law. Oh no, I miss. That's a joke. So I think my background is law by trainings, but I'm not a computer science by trainings. I love to learn computer science, and there is one of the quote from Jason Wang. You know Jason Wang? Jason Wang is the founder of NVIDIA. Since the inventions and the birth of the AI, all of the programmings, computer programmings, will be humans. It's no longer expert in computer science, for example. Everything will be in humans. Humans becoming a programming. That's including now. When we are using the AI, then we are programming on driving what the AI would be result, giving what we ask for. Yeah, I do believe that one. In the future, every programming will be installed in our device, and all of us is becoming human programming, even without knowledge everything about programming skills. Okay, that's an introduction. So thank you, everyone. I would like to share about the developments of the UT Metaverse. About 3 years ago, I discussed with Kasan, Professor Baden, in a webinars, in a web meetings, about what should we do in giving our students, especially in ODL, more personalized and more engaging. And Professor Kasan, the one would be metaverse. So about 3 years ago, and we discover about the 3 emerging technologies that would it's a game changing in ODL. The first would be metaverse. The second would be artificial intelligence. And the next would be AR and VR, the immersive technology. So these 3, we are asked by Professor Dewi, who is the head of our research centers, that our centers in ODL have to focus on these 3, because these 3 technology will be a game changing in ODL in the future. Now and in the future, now and the futures. This is I think I misspelled. Actually, I already asked for the AI for corrections, but the AI seems it's inaccurate, right? Okay, it should be a learner. So please be careful about with the AI. Sometimes it's quite inaccurate. ODL learners challenge that we are facing, especially in UT students. At that time, we are trying to discover what means that should we use, especially to bring our students knowing about UT, because our students are scattered around Indonesia. If you can imagine, we do have about 19,000 islands, and our students living in very remote area that never been in Jakarta. That's part of the reasons why we are using the metaverse in order to bringing our UT closer to students. So there are 3 main challenges in ODL, especially in our university. I think ODL in any part of the world. always been changing and always been confronting with these three different issues related to the limited interactivity and collaborations, lacks of immersive learning experiences. Because most of our students are working only on text and video based. And then the third would be this that I mentioned earlier about physical mobility constraint. Physical mobility constraint, it doesn't mean about affordability. But physical mobility constraint also include where, for example, a wife, that they have to look after the children and it's never been it's unable to go outside of the city, outside of the place. That's part of the constraint of the physical mobility. Next, please. Then we discover about that one, and we are studying about what the metaverse may be benefits for our educations. And then we found that probably metaverse enables to enhance the real world skilling in virtual and hybrid environments. But the challenge would be the device. Because if you are referring to metaverse, then you may thinking about device. You may thinking about Oculus, right? So that was, I think, that's one of our concern. We have to eliminate any cost from the student side. So metaverse without Oculus, metaverse without any devices that required by students to pay. Next, please. Yeah. So in our research, then we discover, I'm sorry, I think I say one of the software programs, Unity. Unity could be used as part of our purposes, research purposes. Then Unity gave us 3D simulations that could create some of almost real environments. And also the Unity also enables to consolidate any e-learning tools. Because it's a web-based, then it can consolidate any learning devices, any learning tools on the programs. And of course, data analytics. I think Dr. Sorry, Raf, what's your name? Sorry, Arvin. Sorry, I forgot the names. Arvin. Dr. Arvin mentioned earlier about how the learning analytics would enable students to predict their success. That's important because part of the platform we are trying to install in our metaverse would be data analytics that could be used for the learner as well as the instructor to assist our student success. Next, please. Yeah, according to our survey on use of the metaverse, we haven't been used widely, formally. This is still under the trials. The mock-up is under the trials. Then most of respondents seems to be quite interesting in using this metaverse. It's attractive, engagement, flexibility, enjoyable learnings. But the deepening understandings seems very low response. Probably because we haven't yet put our knowledge portal on this metaverse. So hopefully by next year, the developments, we are trying to develop, we're trying to integrate the knowledge portal that we use in our library on the metaverse as well. Okay, next please. And according to the survey, I think almost most of the students most of the learner think that the metaverse would increase interactions and also enhance their learning experiences. Okay, next please. This is the metaverse that we are developing. It's exterior. So by using this one, we are assuming that our students who living in very remote area would see how is the UT look like. Okay, next. And the user journey is quite simple. We make it the journey as simple as any persons may be able to operate it. So they register, goes to the exterior, goes to the lobby, and just the students will see the agenda on the lobby. And they just put whether in the lab court, classroom, or lab accountings. Currently, we only have 3 different virtual rooms. That's a lab court, the classrooms, and also the lab accountings. And then if they are finished already, then leave out. Next, please. Okay, this is the features. I think this is the features that our metaverse has already. In general, we do have an avatar. Avatar currently have 5 different pairs, male and female. One of the pairs would be a judge that we are still developing. And there is a public and private chat. So the students or any users may have a private or even public chat. So this is part of the where the students is free to have a private chat with the others, or even private chat with the tutors, and also the public chat. There is a voice communications. Of course, the voice communication has already been integrated. Then the students and the student able to communicate whether with peers or with the tutors. And avatar reactions. Avatar reactions mean it's giving a raised hand, clapping, sit down. Then what else? Okay, I think I forgot the other ones. Then the last we discover at that time actually about, because there is in avatar there is no face, then we think that there is no kind of a personal attachment with the others. So we add a camera. We add camera on the avatars to see on his or her face. So this is very important for giving more personalized engagement and interaction, communication with others. And the exterior will be included with the map navigations. Currently, the exterior already developed 4 buildings, but it's going to be added some more buildings that is required for our students. And we also include the map in order to our students easier to access without any any times, without required times to access the certain buildings. In a classroom or lab, we add share screen. Share screen could be operated by tutors or by students. So we can design whether students and tutors enable to share screen. And then banner or advertising, video screen, whiteboard, and kick and admit users. This is another additional features, because at that time during the trial, some of our users is quite annoying because they jumping over there, running over there. So in this case, then the tutors has the right to expel the students out from the rooms. This is part of the features. So expel the students from the rooms if they are really disturbing the class. And in the event management, we do have a lobby and auditoriums. So the features are quite similar on that one. So basically, all of the real class or real auditoriums or even the theater, class theater, we put all on the virtual. Okay, next please. Yeah, this is the user journey that I mentioned earlier. So all of students have to register first. So this is only a registered users who can access to the metaverse. It's not open, only registered users. And we are trying to synchronize with our learning management system. So if students are able to access the learning management systems, then we are trying to use the single sign-on with the learning management system. And then goes to the external. In the external, it's also included the map navigations, and goes to the lobby. The right-hand side, the below is a lobby. This is our lobby. So the lobby is students will give the agenda and select the agenda on the left side. On the right side, there's a video on the right side, on the video. Next, please. Yeah, this is part of the management, the event management. It's a classrooms, knowledge portal, lab accounting, tech center, currently. But this can be multiplied unlimited. For example, if you're using classroom 1 until 100. So we can multiply it into unlimited numbers. This is the example of our classroom theater. That one for the left side on the below. So we include a big screen of share screen or even the video movie. On the right-hand side, there's a virtual accounting or text or any laboratory. Any laboratory that require these applications. And on the below will be virtual lab log. One of the strong intentions at the times during the development of the metaverse would be about the virtual lab log. Currently, I'm trying to tell you a story about the moot court. I think some of you, if you graduated from the law, peradilan semu is a requirement for the law degree. So at the times we think that probably our student who live overseas, for example, is unable to take the peradilan semu or moot court, because as moot court have to help in Indonesia and also have to work with others. It's not only singular, one individuals. So that would be quite challenging for our students who live in overseas. So at that time, they discover about making a video instead of the real interactions with our students in a moot court. So we know that the video is not quite enough for our students, especially on practicing law. Then this is part of our intentions to give our law students more interactive during the moot court sessions, or we call as a peradilan semu session. Yeah, next please. Yeah, let's take a journey on UT metaverse. On the right side is the navigations. You may directly go to one of the buildings. This is a lobby. That one is a chat between a user. It could be a direct message or it could be public, open to all. Below is the icon of the operations. The unmute means you are unable to speak. Starting camera means the camera of yourself will appear on top of your avatar. And talk, you talk with others. The communications have two directions. The first, communication between users, and the second, communications from users to the public. Yeah, this is one of the rooms, classroom theater. This classroom could accommodate about 200 students, this classroom, the theater classroom. Yeah, that one is the reactions of the avatars. It could be raise hand, or it could be clapping. Yeah, next please. So, so that's basically about the metaverse that UT are trying to make our university closer to the students. We believe that the metaverse would increase student engagements, interactivity, and also collaborations. And I think it's quite strong hypotheticals that the engagements, interactions, and collaborations will increase the student performance. We are hoping to research on that one for the next year. And of course, I think the metaverse would build a learner capabilities in terms of the interpersonal communications. And the last, this is another one that's very important on the presence of the metaverse, is enhance the real work skilling in virtual and hybrid environments. Next, please. Thank you, everyone. I'll back to Ibu.
Thank you, Professor Daryono. So, ladies and gentlemen, next we will have a Q&A session. So feel free to raise an okay for sir with the white shirt there. Needs me. The Kamari, please help. Okay, sir, go on.
Tes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. Very good morning, everybody. Thank you for my opportunity to ask some question. Actually, all of our mission is distant learning for all. Yeah, we know that. My question is especially to Master Arvin. Probably you have best practice in your project today. I asked some question because it's very related to my research, what we are doing now with my friend, collaboration research with another university in Java. What we can say that the keyword from yesterday about the personalized learning by AI and also adaptive learning by AI. We also have a title of our research about the developing prototype AI adaptive feedback and a recommendation course. Yeah, so using AI to optimize digital learning services for quality in learning, and also design tools reflective for teachers using AI on assessment. My question is, if your platform is implemented, maybe suppose in UT, what do you think about you mentioned before the AI tutor in your presentation. What of tasks and responsibility of your tutor as teachers or as a lecturer in university? What tasks and responsibility for your tutor in your campus? The second question is, what kind of algorithm you use in construct your learning platform as you present before? And the second question, in our daily e-learning, we use learning management system like LMS and other platform. What kind of LMS is suitable for your project? Suppose your project suitable use in UT with a large student at 43 campus all over the world, yeah, Indonesia and other country. Is it suitable or not? The second question, what success factors for your project implementation, like internet capacity and then technological infrastructure and so on. And also I think it is very good references for us to make collaboration with your technology campus in Philippines. I think it's enough for many questions from us. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, sir. You have 3 questions, right? And it will be answered by Dr. Arvin.
I think if I heard it right, the first question is all about
AI tutors.
the AI tutor. So when we try to talk about the AI tutor, what we are now doing is we created our own chatbot. It's called ISCOBot. So the first things, we have to upload all the content, all the details, like for example, how to enroll in our university. There are all questions. Regarding the subject matter, it should be uploaded by specialized course specialists because we cannot create, for example, I'm not into social sciences. I cannot answer everything about humanities. So the humanities course specialist would upload the content, and then every details of that would be searched by artificial intelligence, by the chatbot, automatically whatever question of the students. We are now on the phase of what is uploaded would be the response. We are now on the phase 2 of defining the data mining of the capturing. Because as you all know, when we chat, we have multiple questions. And since this chatbot is just starting, we started on what is being questioned is being responded. But on the next phase of this ISCOBot, chatbot that we have created as part of our initialization for artificial intelligence is whatever is the multiple question can also data mine the answer and respond out of the total content of our database from our data warehousing. So those are the things that we are doing in terms of the AI tutoring. But for now, we are a mixed method of the AI. We have a flexible or hybrid approach. So if the AI cannot, or our chatbot cannot respond to the question, the chatbot would notify the teacher in the course specialist, and the course specialist would be asked, and then the response would be forwarded to the student. That is temporary the approach that we have, since we are now on the process of determining the data mining and data warehousing of all the stored informations in the chatbot. For the second question, sorry.
What kind of learning management system that you
the
have?
elements that we use in the university is Moodle. So we have the MOOCs itself. We have a lot of, we have Canvas, but we are definitely using the Moodle for now. We are looking into alternative open LMS, but unfortunately for now we are still experimenting what replacement would beat Moodle in terms of the capability. Because for example, Turnitin, we discovered that Turnitin can be incorporated in Moodle. Then the Lockdown browser, when we avail the Lockdown browser, it can also be incorporated in Moodle. So why change LMS if we are versed in LMS in the Moodle approach? So we would be, because there would be a massive change on the implementation of changing the LMS. You need to retrain people, you need to make awareness, you have to create an instructional video on how to use it. Those are the challenges that would be implementing once we change our existing LMS to another LMS. As long that we are delivering the instruction to the student well, and the student is performing well, I think we need to really think twice or thrice before we replace the existing LMS that we are using. The third one is?
The third one is the success factors that you had implementing by the AI-powered learning system.
Okay, you know, our university is a state university. We are limited in terms of budget. We could only accommodate we are only accommodating 80,000 students because that's the budget given by the government for 26 branches that we have. In terms of infrastructure, we are limited. We have problem in internet connectivity in the Philippines, so we also have those things. Now, students are using their data and it's acquired. Since we are under the free education in the Philippines, So automatically, we need to spend a lot of things. So what we did is to partner with private industry. So we some of the government agencies sponsor our buildings, sponsor our internet connections, the private institution, like we have the internet provider, Globe Smart. We are partnering with them to support our student in terms of access, pre-access. And we are a Microsoft Academy. That's why we have our own webmail via Microsoft, and we also have MS Teams for our conferencing. We have acquired Zoom also. Although MS Teams is free for us, and we have the OneDrive. Every student in the university would be given OneDrive. Automatically, they are allotted around. Before, it's 5 terabyte per account, whether you are faculty or a student. But recently, Microsoft limited the access of the application, like the limitation of using other applications. Since we are free Microsoft Education and State University, we were sponsored by Microsoft. That's lessen the expenses of the university. And then for the LMS, we use MOOCs because the Moodle is free. So all you have to do is to have a developer innovate the Moodle and incorporate. That's why we are now creating our mobile apps, innovating our mobile apps for the incorporation of our Moodle LMS. And I think the best challenges that we have nowadays is to really boost a certain budget for the infrastructure of our subscription in the database, because it's too expensive. And we need to renew every year because we are under the government agency. Not like in the private, they could always budget it out. But for the public university, you need to have request proposal and approval from the government for you to be given an internet infrastructure and subscriptions for that. Thank you.
Some of the UT, okay. I would like to add some of the university UT experience related to how the AI implemented in our university systems. Last year, we already done the trials to 7 courses about, I think probably around 50 virtual classes. It's quite fortunate using AI because UT now has about 60,000 virtual classes. You can imagine 60,000 virtual classes. So we do have around 50,000 tutors to manage our virtual classes. So by using AI last year, and then we upgraded now, we're scaling up the virtual classes into 57 courses, and about 500 virtual classes. For by the times, I think we are also increasing, hopefully for the next year, we incrementally increase our virtual classes using AI. And the students are very satisfied because the AI gives a prompt response and prompt feedback. Is it? Rather than real tutors, real tutors sometimes delay their response, delay their feedbacks for 1 day or even more than 2 days. But our AI, it's very prompt. It's immediate, sometimes without any seconds. Probably once they upload it, and then they give response real times. And also the response is very positive. It's very, what they call it, they use communication. We can set the communication of the AI, whether it's more assertive or it's more challenging. So we can use the AI to respond with this kind of manner. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Professor Daryono and also Dr. Arvin. So I hope the answers can answer your questions, sir. But ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we don't have enough time to continue our discussion. So I guess this is the end of our plenary session. But before we end the session, I would like to hear some closing statement from Professor Daryono and also from Dr. Arvin. Maybe you can go first.
So the thing, the state, maybe the last thing that I would be sharing with you is in the education systems, we are not being eliminated by AI. We need to embrace AI, and we need to manage AI itself. So if you try to ask ChatGPT has a lot of knowledge comparing to one person. But do not compare ChatGPT to one person because the decision making is more on the content of the database. We have what you call human decision making that the artificial intelligence would be having hard time to compare to us. So you just embrace AI, use it, maximize it, because the intention of technology is to lessen the work of man. But we need to have what you call quality life. And quality life would make you a better person in the future as we try to invent the new innovation in terms of the AI world. Thank you.
Okay, Professor Daryono.
Thank you. I think technology for education has clearly what they call as a merge between residentials and ODLs. Now there is no longer differences between the ODL and the residential university. But the good things for ODLs, we have already used technology at the beginnings. So I believe that the ODL will be one step ahead rather than residentials in terms of the using technology and also increasing the students' success because of the personalized adaptability, and this is another important thing, inclusiveness. Inclusiveness have to be put forward in the ODL system because everyone has the right to higher educations. Thank you.
Okay, once again, let's give a huge applause to our magnificent speakers here. And I guess this is the end of the second plenary session. And I would like to thank our magnificent speakers, Dr. Arvin and also Professor Daryono. And for the next session, I would like to give it back to my partner there, Bijak.
Once again, the biggest round of applause for our plenary session, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Mbak Fira, for moderating this amazing session. Now we'll kindly move on to the next stage, which is the giving out a token of appreciation to our magnificent speakers. Now we would like to honorably invite first the Vice Director of Research, Innovation, Partnership and Business, and also the chairs of the Institute for Research and Community Service to come up front to the stage to give a certificate and also a very kind souvenir to our magnificent speakers once again. The first certificate will be awarded by our Vice Directors of Research, Innovation and Partnerships and Business to our first speaker. Such a great honor to have each and every one of you in this amazing time to share your insights, share your knowledge, and truly, truly bless us with your knowledge. Secondly is from our chairs of the Research and Community Service Institute, the Professor Daryono. All right, now a session together. Let's bring on the biggest brain, the most honorable person in this room to get a picture together, ladies and gentlemen. Get in closer, put on your biggest smile. Okay, so we'll commemorate this moment with a photo together. Put on your best smile, ladies and gentlemen. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. One more time. 3, 2, 1. Another pose, perhaps. UT pose, Horace pose. Okay, right. All done? Okay, thank you so much once again to all honorable delegates. Once again, the biggest round of applause for our plenary session, an amazing speaker. We kindly invite you to get back to your seats. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Bafira, come on in. I miss you already.
Oh, I'm not left you behind for a long time, right?
Exactly. I was lonely before. Now you're here. Great job in moderating the session. We can really see your passions. We can really absorb the best knowledge in our press plenary sessions. Now, moving on to the next agenda, dear ladies and gentlemen, we have a few exciting announcements to make. Just like yesterday, we will now proceed to the next section, which is the inspiring workshops that will be take place in various room. Can we show the informations again?
Yeah. For the committee, would you mind to show the schedule of workshop session and the information about the place where the workshop session will be held?
Exactly. All right, just to run it too quickly, the workshop will begin exactly after this. And simultaneously to that, the coffee break is already served. So if you want to take a quick refreshment just before your workshop, you can take your coffee, you can take your tea to the rooms of workshops. And secondly, following on to that, for those of you who pray Jumatan, the venue for Jumatan is located on the level P1, down in the basement. You can come down there to have a Friday prayers. And shortly after that, the lunch also has been served in this exact conference room. So if you have finished your Salat Jumat, or if you're not Jumatan, you can just straight up go to your lunch. And then, Mbak Fira?
Yeah, be sure to come back to this room again at 2:45 p.m. for the closing ceremony of INNODEL 2024, where we'll be announcing the Best Paper Award, and you won't to miss it all. Once again, I would like to inform you that right after this, we gotta have a workshop session, right?
Precisely.
And also for those Muslim who wants to do the Friday prayer, you can do the Friday prayer at the level P1 in the basement, and also you can have a coffee break and refreshment next to the workshop room, right?
Exactly.
And at the 2:45 p.m. we would like ask you to go back here in Convention Hall 2 for closing ceremony of INNODEL 2024.
Exactly. A quick information that Zuhur time or Jumatan time here in Medan is 12 past 10. So you still have a quick time for your workshop to enjoy your coffee breaks, and begin around 12 past 10. So make sure for those of you who pray Jumat to be in level P1. You can ask the security around or the staff of the hotel that will surely delighted to help you. And most importantly, don't forget to come back here.
Yeah.
Don't go home just yet, because around 2:45, around 3 more or less, we will begin the official closing ceremonies of INNODEL 2024, in which we will announce the Best Paper Awards. Now, this is the workshop informations. Here in Convention Hall 2, we have Huawei Indonesia with its exciting workshop, Santika Meeting Room 16, which I will personally moderate it, Mbak Fira. So come see me again at Santika Meeting Room 16 with Amazon Web Service, and also Santika Meeting Room 15 with the Universal Learning System that will give a huge workshop. Now we have covered it all, I guess.
Yeah. Once again, I would like to remind to all of the participants here who wants to join the workshop station, you can join at Convention Hall 2 in here, or you can join for PT Amazon Web Services Indonesia in Santika Meeting Room 16. And for the third is from Dr. Alan Bruce from Universal Learning System at Santika Meeting Room 15.
And once again, the workshop will begin very shortly. So get on, get your bag, get your tea, get your coffee, and we will meet you at the workshop room. Thank you so much, and have a great time. Bye-bye.
Mbak Fira. Good morning everybody, very good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. While enjoying coffee and some cookies, we are now ready for the next workshop, for a workshop in here. It's about cloud development certificate. I invite Mr. Lom Man Leong from a big company from Huawei. This is good morning, welcome to Medan, welcome to Indonesia, and we greet our audience with special greeting which is typical in Medan. Horas. We said it together. Horas. And Mejuah.
Hi everyone, so my name is Man Leong. So I'm from Huawei Cloud Internationals. So I'm from Malaysia, so I know a little bit bahasa Indonesia as well. So selamat pagi.
Ya, terima kasih, selamat pagi.
Ya.
Jadi ini Bapak Loman Leong dari Malaysia.
Ya.
Selamat datang di Medan.
Yeah, this is my first time to Medan as well.
Yeah, so the topic today, this morning is Huawei Cloud Development Certificate. So certificate for those who develop cloud architecture and people who have skill in developing cloud. Okay, and Mr. Low has experience in developing cloud using also big data and AI also. We discussed AI in the previous session with Dr. Arvin and Dr. Daryono. Now with this certificate, cloud development certificate is also include the big data and AI.
Yeah, correct.
So time is yours. Okay,
Yeah,
please.
okay, no problem. So yeah, can you show the slide? Okay, so today's topics will be more towards on the kubernetes introductions. So next. Yeah, so a little bit introduce for myself. So I'm a senior partner solution architect in Huawei Clouds, which is a global handles for the APAC regions. So that's my LinkedIn profile as well. Feel free to connect to me and ask me any questions if you face any in the events, or after event you can still approach to me to check out what is Cool Labs. So next. So, okay, what is Cool Labs? So, I have attached a QR code right here and a link. So, feel free to access the link to learn more about the Cool Labs. And Cool Labs is a platform that develops from Huawei Clouds to allow the developers or any lecturers or students to access to the platform itself to learn how to use cloud. So eventually, cloud is the next trending in the global, and people are wondering, are they well equipped to have the knowledge to access to the cloud? So with Cloud Lab, we're actually experiencing the real world scenarios that enable that you to experience the real times developments, try and develop applications itself, exercise anytime, anywhere, whether you in the home, in the universities, or even in the laboratories. You can actually click to purchase any of the resources in the cloud and configure everywhere. Try on the trending things like our model arts on the AI's related things, or even the ECS Elastic Compute Service to develop a Node.js projects, or even you can build a simple website within 30 minutes in the platform itself. And it's a very automated service that you actually can get the detections during your labs trainings, that if there is any performance errors or clicks or configuration error, they will direct tell you that this step is wrong. what you should do to avoid the confusions or the problems during the provisions of the service. So it's a step-by-step hands-on tutorial in the cool labs, so you can actually understand which step you should do to do the provision sort of things. So next. So today I will go through on two tutorials, which is the cover topic will be the intelligence labelings on the images, and second will be the recognitions on the shopping malls or supermarkets items. So feel free to take the photos. That's two working QR codes for you guys to experience on the Cool Labs experience as well. So feel free to go through together with me, or even you want to save the QR codes, after events, you want to try it at your homes, it's okay, it's fine. It's a totally free platform, so that the only requirement is you're required to register into the platforms and then click on the links or scan the QR codes, then you can do the Cool Labs laboratories on the go. Yeah, so maybe you can switch to the browser. Yeah, okay. So this is the interface that you will see. It's a developer institute we call. So basically it will consider of 4 parts. First part will be learning part, which is a very full tutorial based on the documentations, how you're going to learn, how you're going to know how you do. And then second will be the training course, which is monthly we have different courses that on different topics or trainings. You guys can actually explore on the platform itself, checks on what we have trendings in the IT world, and then learn on best scenarios. And third is our today's topics, Cool Gallery. And fourth, I will cover after the demonstrations will be the career certificates, that how we are well knows that you are educated well in the use of the Huawei clouds. So help me click on the Cool Labs. Yeah, okay. After you click into the Cool Labs and see more, you will actually find out that there is a lot of the different Cool Labs laboratory tasks that you can do. And in the field, you actually can click on database focused tutorial materials, or even compute or AI. And today our focus will be on the intelligence labelings, which takes time is 1 hour, and the level is for beginner. So I think it's very suitable for everyone in the room right here. And yeah, help me to click the intelligence labeling. Next slide. Next tab. Browser. Yeah, okay. So after the start exercise, we'll go into this interface. So at the left here is all the tutorials, how it's going to perform step by steps. And on the middle here will be the simulations platforms that you can direct to the labs exercise on here. So help me to click the Firefox. Yeah, double click the Firefox. Double click. Tekan dua kali. But it's okay. I think there is some technical issues. So can you help me to scroll up for these sections? for these sections, the tutorial sections. So we quickly go through what happenings in the tutorials steps that we require to do. Yeah. So you can see that the tutorial actually telling that how you're going to create an OBS, which is an object storage in full terms, and how you're going to update the data that you require to do the trainings, to do the labelings to the OBS, and with the set commands that is showing here, so that eventually you have required no knowledge to learn on the platform itself. Even though you are not an AI expert, you're not a big data expert, or even you don't have any experience on cloud, actually you just follow the step-by-steps, and it's okay for you as a beginners to learn how to use a Huawei cloud in extent of how you use a Huawei cloud to perform an AI labelings, learnings, and yeah, scroll down. And from here, we prepare all the materials that requires, like the dish data that's in the tutorial materials. And what you require just is you access to a Firefox and the terminal itself, and then you just put all the command that mentioned in here, and automatically they will cancel. Yeah, automatically they will show you how it's a step-by-step performs and what is the result that you done, and you can see direct what is the result of the AI model trains, and the expected result will be. And click to the report at the top left. Tekan to report. Yeah, so from here you can actually see that that is the content of the lab itself. What is the objective? To upload an image, to automate the file labeling things. And after you've done all the things in the simulators right here, it will show that whether is it done, what is the error that you face or you did in the simulator program itself. So you can see that is it you already prepared the data, download the materials, and upload to the platform that we prepare for it? And then what is the features or analytics? Is it your setups configured correctly? And is it the analytic is outputting something that expected? So all the reports can be able to see from here, and you can actually export the report for you to restudy again, or even though learn what's the problems that you face during the Cool Labs sections. So that's a full platform that we're going to go through today. And I guess the best way is everyone sitting here, if you have time, please have to click to the platform Cool Lab itself, experience it. And if you have any problems that I'm not sure, or you have some learnings, curiosities, questions, whatever to ask, feel free to approach me. I'm always ready for you to clear your doubts. Yep. So go back to the slide, please. Slide. PowerPoint. Okay, so next I will discuss more about the career developer certifications that Dr. Dicky just mentioned that I did have some of the certifications like solution architects professionals, like big data, AIs professionals. So how did I achieve all these certificates? So next. So that's a certificate that we're able to get after the trainings, after the Cool Labs. And this will add an advantage to your career path as well. So next. So this is the overview for all the certifications, why we require the certifications. So certification is actually systematic certifications that recognize from the Huawei clouds that certifies you that you have equipped with all those different experience, like what I have right now is a solution architect professionals. So I'm certified for to advise or doing some products solutionings for everyone's in the world, not only the public sectors, also the normal IT world. So that's the things that we are required certified to add ourselves as a added value added movement. So the level we are segregate to 3 levels. First will be the HCCDA. In full terms is Huawei Cloud Certified Developers Associates. So the next level will be professional, and the last level will be the experts. So with these certifications, we are providing the industry-oriented theories and practice, and telling you how to learning support, learning resources support, and we will issue official certifications to your career developments. Next. So you can see that these are all the certifications we have right now in the Cool Labs, and we eventually, for the most beginner levels, will be the HCDA Tech Essentials. So I am strongly advise everyone to get this cert at least, to at least learn how it's going to equip yourself and let yourself know what is cloud. And of course, the Tech Essentials, after you take that, I can strongly encourage you guys to take, because it actually is the same behaviors for the others clouds, like our friendly clouds. So another things like we have segregated to different specialties, like solution architects, and then solution architects for architects layers, and also things like O&M, operations and management, DevOps, AI, big data, data warehouse. There are some hot topics in the IT industry that we can actually focus on and learn how it's going to utilize the resources in the Huawei cloud, how you're going to equip yourself to learn more and certify yourself in your career growth, and even for your students in future's growth as well. Yeah, so the certification process will be very simple. The online learning that the platform I showed just now for the first steps, there is a lot of materials in the online telling you how is the course depth that you're required to know to certify for the certain level of the certifications. Next, the Cool Labs. Cool Labs will be the mainly platform for you to keep repractice against, and it's a free platform that you can keep repractice, that make yourself very perfect to get a theory exams, even a lab exam. So theory exam will be more on the multiple questions based, and then you're just required to choose the best answer, best of 4. And also lab exam will be similar laboratories exams similar to the Cool Labs. So my tips to you all, if you would like to have a pass in the certifications, please do more on the Cool Labs. And the Cool Labs section is most of the time will be exactly the same habit showing in the lab exam as well. So that if you're able to expedite your Cool Labs, definitely you can pass their exams as well. Next. Yeah, so you can check on the links right here, even the QR codes. So that is our available examination schedules for every month. We will update every month. So we can actually explore on there, and you can see that actually we have last month we have AI certification exam, so you actually can register yourself, and it's a totally free certification to take. And it's an unlimited trial for right now, as per for right now. And we are planning to have charges on next year. And for each exam, we are approximately collect for 200 USD as for plannings right now. So my suggestion will be, since it's free now, it's percuma, so try your heart to get a certification right now, because it will be charged next year. Next. Yep, so I'll briefly introduce a bit on different certificates. I will pick some of the important ones. So first will be the Tech Essentials. Tech Essentials will be the first step that you step into the clouds environments, no matter you are talking about Huawei clouds, AWS, Azure, everything's when you are required to have some knowledge, basic knowledge on what is cloud. So Tech Essential is a very fundamental certifications or cool labs trainings that you require to take, that is to understand how is the cloud infrastructures and cloud capabilities different from on-premise. So in the trainings or the certification, even the cool labs trainings, you actually can learn that how is the compute service happenings in the clouds. What is the differences between on-premise and also clouds? And the things that we talk a lot during the clouds is auto-scaling. How auto-scaling will be set up and the services will be go through, like you're using a lot of different things like round robin sort of things to bring your service to the LB, the load balancers. So that's the topics that we talk a lot in the Tech Essentials. And of course, things like OBS. I mentioned OBS just now, object storage. What is the benefits and what is the differences between OBS, object storage, and traditional storage disk? So that's the things that we focus on the Tech Essentials. It's not very technical certifications. You just touch a little bit on different topics, and then it doesn't require very strong knowledge on the ITs. Everyone can take the Tech Essentials. So next. So for cloud native, will be more towards like in the trend of the clouds. So we talk about a lot of things as a service, function as a service, SaaS software as a service, PaaS platform as a service. So what are those terms stand for? The cloud native certifications will be touched a lot more on the as a service services. Things like how you're going to develop or deploy platforms, software with cloud native architectures. That's the topics that we discuss in the cloud native certifications. And then a lot of things like we talk Kubernetes, containers, that's the topics that we cover in the cloud native, and how you're going to segregate your services from a big chunk of cookies to a smaller piece of microservices. Yes, these are the topics that we talk here. Next. Yeah, and the things that are very important in the current environment right now is AIs. So with power of the model arts that our own AI models in Huawei clouds, that's the very basics and best practice that you guys should try, which is to learn what is AI in the industry. So in this certification, we will talk briefly introductions to what is AI, what is GAI, what is AGI. These three are different terms. AI, artificial intelligence, GAI, generative artificial intelligence, even AGI. AGI is more towards like AIs that know how to think. It's different from what we right now is some things like ChatGPTs, like Gemini's sort of things. So the brief introduction of the AIs will be very important to educate everyone, especially for the lecturers and students, what is AI, what is AI actually doing, and applications of the AIs, and what is the EI, enterprise intelligence, that we currently serve for, and how we're going to utilize on the model as our large language models, and also Highland service, which is our robotics lens. How we're going to utilize that and doing image classifications. That's all will be covered in the Associates AI certification as well. Yeah, next. So next will be the big data. So big data is another very trendy things that we are looking forward for. And in big data, we will cover things like what is a big data concept and how we're going to utilize the Hadoop ecosystems, and with Hadoop, how we're going to integrate back to our MapReduce service, which is called MRS right here, to utilize, to learn from your data, do some data analytics, and then doing some architectures, how we're going to design for the big data and solutions links that provides to the IT worlds. So that's the main topic that we focus mainly on the big data. And another thing is we have a service, big data service called Spark Compute Engine. So that is our own self-development architectures for big data services. So these certifications will be covered that as well, so that you are very well equipped to use the Spark Compute Engine after you certify as a HCCDA Big Data. Yep, next. Yeah, so of course, for the associates levels, we have associates more touch on the basics, introductions, and the basics ideas, how you're going to develop or you're going to design for the solutions. But when we come to the professionals levels, we'll touch more details on the features, how you're going to apply in the real life environments. Like, let's say, how you're going to apply a very basics MRS, MapReduce systems, and enable to the others, especially when you talk about like corporate applications or the MRS, and what is the advanced components that MRS are supported. So that's all the things that we'll cover in the professionals levels, and it will come down to a very niche to tackle complex levels of the data analytics as well. So that's for the professionals. And next. Yeah, so for the AI, just now the associate will be more on the introductions of the AIs. And for the professional levels, it will touch a lot of things like machine learning, deep learnings. So things I mentioned just now, if we are going to a shopping mall, we require to have our phone camera to scan on the shopping list item to learn what's the ingredient inside. So that's the things that we require to train to our machine learning systems or deep learning even. And all these are able to perform after you get the certification or you take the Cool Labs trainings as well. So of course, in the professional level, we will introduce our Huawei Pangu large model as well. So that is a very interesting model that Huawei Cloud is currently still developed on. And as per right now, the capability will be until we can predict 7 days of the structure, the structure of the Nagara sort of things, or even you can utilize it as a mining to detect ore. So Medan is a good place for gold mining. So with this Pangu large model, we actually can learn from the historical data and predict for the futures. And I'm happy to say that Pangu large model is already able to predict for 7 days for the daily like typhoon sort of things. So this is something that we are encourage the public to learn and understand how we're going to apply the Pangu in the Cool Lab itself and extend to push and tell us more with your creative, how you're going to have a more interesting use case. So that's a very interesting topic that we will talk about in the professionals levels. And of course, we will touch more on the Highlands and GES as well. So that's two things that we utilize the robotics eyes, robotics arms sort of things that to understand and operate your daily operations with the Highlands and GES. So with certified professional level, you actually can confident to tell the companies, the corporates that you are well ready, at least as for right now in the tech we available right now, is you are ready for AI adoptions in the environments. So next. Yeah, of course, next will be back to more ground certification, which is the cloud migrations that a lot of IT world right now, especially in Indonesia, in Malaysia, we talk a lot like migration from on-premise to cloud. So in this certification, we will talk how you're going to design, how you're going to solutions the products, design the product solutions, and hand over the migration steps. So in this topic, we'll talk more like what is the things that you require to focus on during the migrations, things like data preparations, policy preparations, and how you're going to design for the cloud level of the networks, and also how you're going to have some adoptions in the future for your planning right now to adopt on the cloud native as well. So these are things that's core, things that we are going to tell in the certifications that we require to study and focus on. Next. Yeah, and the last will be the storage architects. So this is a very complex and noticeable certifications that are required because it tells a lot of the methodologies, how you're going to design for the well architects, cloud architectures, and how you're going to have a very good compute solutions, how you're going to have a best choose of the storage that in the clouds, whether is it the right time for you to use a storage, object storage, or a storage disk. That's the things that we discuss in the storage architects, and how you're going to design the highly scalable 3-tiers architectures website. That's the topics that we discuss, and we tell you how to be agile in the real life IT environments. So that's a focus on the professionals, developers as well. So yeah, it's a good thing for lecturers and students to explore, and I'm very encouraged to get the storage architects certification as well. Yeah, next. So came to the last. So GhostDB will be our own self-design of the DB. We call it based on the OpenGhost. It's open source DB. And what we actually focus on this is replace on the market's traditional database. And then what is the introductions to the GhostDB itself, and the best practice by using JDBC or ODBCs to connect back to the GhostDB. So it is a very interesting DB that you guys should take looks at, because it's actually reduced a lot of the cost and reduce a lot of the human requirements to learn, because it can direct translate from the current industry know-how database like Oracle, MySQL, MS SQL as well. So that's the things that in the course itself we tell how is GhostDB making advantage compared to the DB that I mentioned just now, and what is the applications or migration required to do some migration from Oracle to GhostDB as well. That's the things that when you certify for the GhostDBs, you are well known that you are able to, I can say almost migrate from every database to GhostDB. Yep, next. And also, we have an extend service for GhostDB as well. We call it GhostDB DWS. So this GhostDB mutants will be more focused on the data warehouse systems. So in here, we'll talk more on the big data related things, data warehouse related things, how you're going to solve a typical SQL performance issues during the use of the data warehouse, and how you're going to have some security design to protect your big data, and how you're going to have some troubleshooting when you hit problems during the big data analytics. So that's the common problems that we will face during the big data analytics. And in the certifications, we teach a lot of the things like this, and mainly will be focused more on the data warehouse, I can say. Yep. Thanks. Next. Yeah, I think that's all for the certifications that I would like to show. And sorry for the technical problems that I couldn't show all the steps on the Cool Labs itself. So feel free to connect to me in the LinkedIn, or even though you can email to us in hwcdevelopers@huawei.com to inquire more on the certification as well. Yep. So yeah.
Thank you, Pak Man Leong. Very good, very complete and clear explanation about.
Yeah.
I found two things. The first, the Cool Labs and the certificate.
Yeah, correct.
But we have to learn Cool Labs before we get the certificate. I
Yeah,
guess.
correct.
And I like, I believe there are some people who are ready with questions, but I like the idea of sandbox. Like kids playing with sandbox. Itu kotak pasir itu, jadi anak kecil bermain dengan kotak pasir. So sandbox is the place where we can try, we can experiment, but should be accurate and appropriate. Otherwise, everything will be a database will be mixed.
Yeah, and the best part is all the resources you provisions in the sandbox are free of charge. So eventually, you can try everything that you would like to try in the sandbox. But the things that you really could take note is you only required to access to the sandbox ID that provide just now. Yeah.
Yes, the real sandbox.
Yep.
Any question? I invite questions or anybody is interested in how difficult it is or how easy it is. It is special. Yeah, there is one gentleman. Please, the microphone. It will be about the sandbox, I believe. Silahkan.
So my name is Muhammad Nurmarendra. You can call me Ray.
Hi, Ray.
Yeah. Hi. So I want to ask about the certification from Huawei. If I want to learn machine learning and deep learning, what course should I take about that program?
For deep learning, right?
Yes, and machine learning.
Yeah, for that part, you need to focus more on the AI certifications, and there is a lot of different use case in the Cool Lab. Maybe you can turn back the browser I mentioned just now. Browser.
They are still preparing the sandbox.
Yeah.
Sandbox.
Chrome. The previous step. Yeah, you actually can explore from here. That's the recognition for shopping mall and supermarkets, that this is one of the exercise that relate to the NumPy array. So that's the things that you can actually learn a lot of the how you're going to code for the the Python scripts to do some learnings on the recognitions or the item in the supermarket. So I think that's one of the best AI courses that you should take if you are really interested on the deep learning sort of things. And in this tutorial itself, it will provide you all the tools and materials that you require and tell you what is the next step that if you would like to have more learnings on the deep learning part and how you're going to develop changes on your codings, especially on the Python. This is based on Python, by the way. And how you're going to develop and utilize the platform itself to generate and recognize for your images. Yep. Hope this answer your questions. Yep.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problems.
Other question? Other more difficult question? You are ready for difficult question? If not, maybe easy question also. So, Pak Man Leong is from Malaysia, so it is very special visit to us. So please ask him any difficult question. If not, yeah, there is one question. Mbak Wiwit, please.
Okay, check, yeah. Thank you so much for the chance. I just want to know actually what kind of programs that are offered by Huawei, and could it be for free? I mean, will you have any plans to make it as a paid programs, or you will offer them fully be free?
Okay,
all
as
the
per
times?
right now, short answer to you is a free. But we are planning to have some charges in the next year's, maybe Q2. So what I encourage is take as soon as possible. That's first thing. Second thing is for the program that we're offering right now for the next year onwards, we will have a dedicated to, let's say, to UT to have an official course to all the students or lecturers. Yeah, we have a service as well, but the price we haven't fixed yet. But as per right now, if there is any requirement, feel free to contact us. We can give free right now as per right now. I guess most probably before December, we might able to do that. Yep.
If you may spill us some information, how much will it cost for the programs that you offer?
I don't have the fixed amount, but I guess per section is about, this is not a fixed amount. Please take this not unofficial amount. I remember it's about 10K USD per sections. So for the course itself, we actually can conduct for over 100 to 200 students.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
I think this is the end of this session because of the time limitation. So now I invite Prof. Dewi to present the certificate for Pak Manleong. This certificate is created by AI.
Is it using Huawei Cloud Platform?
It is sandbox.
Yeah, as a token of appreciation to our workshop speakers, Head of Institute for Research and Community Service deliver certificate as a workshop speaker for Mr. Lung from Huawei, Indonesia. Professor Dewi deliver a little present to our workshop speaker, Mr. Lung from Huawei, Indonesia. And next, we will have a photo session with Mr. Diki and also Mr. Lung as the speaker of today's workshop session.
So thank you Pak Manleong, thank you Prof. Dewi, and thank you audience. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Once again, thank you, Mr. Diki and also Mr. Lung for delivering such an insightful knowledge to us all here. So, ladies and gentlemen, next we will have a lunch break time, but I've got some information that I have to deliver to you all this afternoon. So first, for those Muslims who wants to do the Friday prayer, you can do the Friday prayer at level P1 in the basement. Once again, for those who wants to do Friday prayer, you can do at level P1 in the basement. And also, I would like to inform that after the lunch break, we gotta have a parallel session in the designated rooms that will be start at 1:30 p.m. Once again, I would like to inform that after the lunch break, we gotta have a parallel session in the designated room that will start at 1:30 p.m. And also for those who don't do the Friday prayer, you can have a lunch break that already served at the ballroom 1 next to this hall. So for those who don't do the Friday prayer, can have a lunch break that already served at Ballroom 1. And last but not least, I would like to remind you to come back to this hall at 2:45 p.m. for the closing ceremony of INNODEL 2024. Once again, I would like to remind you to come back to this hall at 2:45 for having the closing ceremony of INNODEL 2024. Once again, we would like to thank to all participants who already contributing in this event, and thank you very much. See you at 2:45.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. We just heard an amazing performance by the Gorky Project.
Yeah.
Such
By
an incredible
singing a
performance.
song with the title of Saima Anju.
Exactly. We once again welcome each and every one of you to the INNODEL 2024 here at the main hall of Santika Diandra Medan. We're about to begin now our most awaited closing ceremony.
Yeah.
And don't forget, after this, we will also launch the Best Paper Award. So sit down, relax, and be prepared again for the closing ceremony of the INNODEL 2024.
So, Bijak, for the next inlay agenda, what we gonna have?
Exactly. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, as we approach the close of this remarkable gathering, we now turn into a reflective moment, an opportunity to pause, absorb, and envision the road ahead. But Fira, for the past 2 days, we have shared invaluable insight, best practices, forward-thinking strategies, and in this time, we will highlight the key findings, the key takeaways that inspire our visions to the futures. To lead us in this reflections is the chairs of the Institute of Research and Community Services of UT. Please welcome Professor Dewi Artadi Padmaputri, PhD.
Good afternoon. I hope you enjoy the lunch and also the snacks. I would like to give a slide about the reflection of our INNODEL 2024. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan, Rahayu. The Honorable Vice Rector for Research, Innovation, Partnership, and Business, distinguished keynote panelist speaker, distinguished workshop speaker, respected colleagues, Director of UT Medan Regional Office, the Head of Research, Innovation for Open and Decent Education, the 2024 INNODEL Conference Chair and Committee, and all presenters and also participants. Over the past 2 days, we have been captivated by the presentation for our esteemed panel speaker, Dr. Alan Bruce, Professor Ghassan Bedun, Dr. Yaya Haryadi, Professor Arvin Rosas de la Cruz, and Professor Daryono. Their insight have broadened our horizon on how technology can be utilized in education and especially in learning. The presentation offers a springboard for further exploration. Their content can inspire us to pursue various avenues such as delving deeper into presented topic for scholarly investigation and also engaging in further dialogue to crystallize the ideas and also explore their practical application. And the last, directly incorporating this insight into our distant learning classroom. The panel speaker at INNODEL 2024 provided several key takeaways. For example, from Dr. Alan Bruce, he emphasized the importance of innovative pedagogy, including the need for fostering critical thinking, innovation, and global citizenship. He highlighted the impact of globalization and technological advancement on reshaping educational system. He also stressed that crucial role of technology in enhancing learning. Dr. Bruce encouraged educators to embrace innovative learning approach and develop critical thinking skill in learning. In terms of the impact of socioeconomic crisis, he emphasized the importance of openness as a bridge, not just transmitting data for learners, but enabling them to contribute to influence the world. Therefore, building a culture, inquiry, creativity, and collaboration is the paramount in equipping learners with necessary skill and value to thrive in the 21st century. From Dr. Ghassan Bedun, especially he presented about a compelling discussion on personalization in e-learning. He explored how personalizing content, space, and delivery methods can create a more individualized and effective learning experience. Professor Bedun highlighted the impact of technology in personalization, where AI-powered tools can analyze learner data to provide personalized recommendation, adaptive learning path, and intelligence tutoring system. He emphasized the central role of AI in scaling personalization within e-learning architecture, incorporating learner metamodel and adaptation knowledge base. By embracing personalization and leveraging this emerging technology, we can create more effective, engaging, and equitable e-learning experiences, empowering learners to reach their full potential. From Dr. Yaya Heriadi, we learned the concept of federated learning, a promising solution for balancing data privacy and collaboration in distance education. This approach allows institutions to train AI models on their local data while sharing models updates, overcoming the limitation of traditional data sharing method. However, Dr. Heriadi acknowledged the importance of considering various aspects, including technical complexity, efficiency communication between institutions, data heterogeneity, privacy and security, ethical implication, which ensuring fairness, transparency, and accountable in AI-driven decision-making. By addressing this challenge and leveraging the potential of federated learning, we can create a future of innovative, personalized, and privacy-preserving distant education. From the second days of the conference, we had a wonderful presentation from Professor Alvin Rofas de la Cruz and Professor Daryono, which I believe you enjoyed the session. Professor Alvin discussed AI in action, powerful tools for education. He explored topics such as how AI can facilitate personalized learning, its application in content creation and curation, ethical consideration in AI for education, and commonly used AI tools, ethical provided in an in-depth overview how AI as a tool can streamline the learning process. However, further exploration is needed to fully realize the potential benefit of AI. We must continue to monitor future trends and challenges in AI usage and invest in research development to maximize its impact on education, particularly in distant learning environment. And from Professor Daryono, he mentioned about UT Metaverse bridging UT closer to learners. Daryono explained that development of UT Metaverse is driven by several challenges in open and distant learning system, including limited interactivity and collaboration, lack of immersive learning experience, and physical mobility constraint. UT envisioned the metaverse as a tool to bridge gap, enable and enhance learning experience to immersive technology. According to Prof. Daryono, the UT metaverse will continue to evolve and to optimize the learning process. We hope This initial step toward a learning metaverse will improve educational services and quality, and that further exploration, research, and development will continue. Along the parallel presentation, presenters have brought a numerous inspiring and innovative research results to reveal that the emerging technology are in the heart of ODL now and the future. Emerging technology is enabling the education for more personalized, inclusive, and engaging. In addition, the workshop have also been enriched us to a number of new skills and insight on the various learning technologies. The course Magic, PT Telkomsel, Institute Teknologi Medan, Huawei, Amazon Web Service, and University and Universal Learning System give us a broadened perspective on the use of technology. This reflection summarizes the key takeaway from the presentation and highlight potential area for further exploration and implementation. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Professor Dewi, for such a tour reflections that really encapsulate what we have done for the past 2 days.
So, Kabijak, I guess the next agenda is the most excitement of this event.
I can imagine the excitement that all of the participants must have had now.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we now come to one of the most anticipated moments of our conference, the announcement of the Best Paper Awards of INNODEL 2024. For the second best paper, goes to, congratulations to Mrs. Anissa Zahwa Akbara MSc as the awardees of the second best paper of INNODEL 2024.
And for the first prize of the best paper, congratulations to Dr. Tuti Purwoningsi, SPD, MSc.
Therefore, with full of respect, we would like to invite the awardees of the best paper of INNODEL 2024 and also the INNODEL 2024 Conference Chair, Professor Daryono, SH.MA, PhD. As a reward for both of the awardees, the conference chair will deliver certificates to each awardee.
Firstly handed to the second best paper of INNODEL 2024, Ms. Anissa Zahwa Akbara, MSc.
And as the first base paper awardees, Professor Daryono delivers certificate to Dr. Tuti Purwoningsi, SPD, MSc.
Put on your biggest smile in 3, 2, 1. Once more.
Yet another pose. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you. Once again, we would like to congratulate the two base paper awardees of INNODEL 2024.
Exactly, their work has been incredible and truly deserve the awards that they have received just now. Once again, we want to congratulate all of the awardees Anissa Zahu Akbar MSc, and also Ibu Dr. Tuti Purwoningsih for their amazing work, whose work truly embodies the spirit of INNODEL 2024. For those of you who haven't received yet the award this year, worry not, we will see you in the next occasions with your best works again.
So I guess we are waiting for INNODEL 2025, yeah?
Kinda, yeah, exactly. But also, dear ladies and gentlemen, to officially close our amazing agenda this past 2 days for the INNODEL 2024, we would like to kindly hear right now the final remarks that will be given by our Vice Rectors of Research, Innovation, Partnership, and Business of UT. Please welcome Bapak Rahmat Budiman, SS, M.Hum, PhD.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sore, salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan Rahayu. The end of the program finally comes, but I'm sure and I believe that each of us will go home to our respective institution with huge new ideas and spirit of collaboration. It is actually the basic or the main goal of this conference. So ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Rector of Universitas Terbuka, I officially close the INNODEL 2024, and I would like to thank to our keynote speakers, panelists, and also the presenters for attending this prestigious occasion. The next INNODEL, or the INNODEL 2024, will be held in a beautiful city in Batam Island. To give you a glimpse of information, let us watch together a brief video about Batam.
Welcome to Batam.
Next destination, point to Order 5 INNODEL, Batam.
We are thrilled to have you here and eagerly await the arrival of all participants for the upcoming INNODEL 2025 International Seminar. Get ready to explore exciting insight, connect with inspiring mind, and create unforgettable memories with us here in Batam. See you soon, and let's make this event extraordinary together.
So once again, just prepare your base paper and you can enjoy the multicultural island of Batam, where you can enjoy the food and also luxurious facilities. For you who likes golfing, see you in Batam. Thank you, terima kasih. Sampai ketemu di Batam tahun depan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Pak Rahmat. We kindly invite you to remain on the stage, Pak Rahmat, because we will now officially inviting the INNODEL 2024 could never make it this far without the amazing work, the tears, the sweat of the amazing committee. Now we kindly invite all of the committee from LPPM UT and also UT Medan to come up front to really get the best and to close the amazing ceremony with energy.
Well, once again, we would like to invite to all committee of Institute for Research and Community Services of Universitas Terbuka to join us on the stage.
Kami mengundang Bapak Ibu Panitia yang kami hormati dari LPPM UT juga dari UT Medan untuk naik ke atas panggung. Bapak Ibu yang kami hormati, INNODEL 2024 tidak akan pernah terjadi tanpa kerja keras yang luar biasa dari Panitia LPPM dan UT Medan. Boleh berikan tepuk tangan yang paling meriah untuk Panitia INNODEL 2024. Mbak Vira, I think we have announced the amazing INNODEL 2025 in Batam. We're truly excited for that.
Before we officially close, we'd like to extend a special thanks to everyone who made INNODEL 2024 possible. Our heartfelt gratitude goes to the Institute for Research and Community Services of Universitas Terbuka as the main organizer, and to UT Medan for their warm and exceptional accommodation. We also thank each division that played a part in bringing this event to life.
Exactly, and especially to our honorable guests, all of official, presenter, and participants. Thank you so much for joining us and contributing to this success of this wonderful conference.
And we are also deeply grateful to our sponsors, Gramedia Printing Group, Bank Tabungan Negara, Bank Rakyat Indonesia, Bank Mandiri, Bank Syariah Indonesia, and Telkom Indonesia for their invaluable support.
Exactly, and to everyone who joined us from outside Medan and even from Indonesia and beyond, we wish you the best, safe travel back home. We wish you to carry the warmth, the love, and the spirit that we share here today at INNODEL 2024. Lastly, my name is Bijak.
And my name is Safira.
Thank you all and see you in INNODEL 2025!
We're signing out. Bye and see you in Batam next year.
INNODEL 2024, Horas 3 kali ya. Siap? 3 kali. Siap? INNODEL 2024, Horas, Horas, Horas! Boleh, we kindly invite all of our honorable guests, our plenary speakers to join us right in the middle because we will take pictures together. All honorable presenter, all honorable plenary speakers, guests, to join us together to celebrate this beautiful moment, of course. Thank you so much for your amazing contributions. You have generously shared your insight, knowledge to all of us here today.